for you.
I wanna be the
very best that no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. Oh my god.
I will travel
across the land, searching far and wide. Pokémon to understand the power that's inside.
Pokémon,
Gotta catch 'em all.
it's you and me.
I know it's my destiny.
Welcome to the Biscuits and Blurays podcast, where we watch Blurays and take the biscuit. I'm your host James. Jade is here.
Hello, I'm here.
Did I say the tagline? We watch Blurays, take the biscuit.
Yeah, you did.
Have I just-
Are you okay?
I think I just blacked out. I was like, oh shit, I'm just on autopilot.
Yeah, you did say it.
Pokemons.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Gotta catch them all.
Yeah.
But we're talking about the first movie.
We are indeed.
Now, growing up, we're kids of the 90s.
We are 90s children.
9:25 every Saturday.
Oh my god, what,
Yeah.
what a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive. We were Pokemon fans, right?
We were both Pokemon fans. I had the Pokemon cards, I was collecting the shinies.
Did you get many shinies?
Did I fuck? There was always some dodgy kid in the playground who got like a book that he'd be selling. Do you remember?
Was it Pete Postlethwaite at the end of the guy? Selling crocodile tongues.
You know, some of those. There was always like, there was always some kid who would have like a book just full of Pokemon cards, and he'd be selling them all for like £4 up to about 50 quid.
Pokemon cards got banned in my school.
Did they?
Because it was seen as gambling.
It's not gambling.
It's not gambling, is it? But people would be like, because when you lost a game of Pokemon cards, then you'd get people's cards as a reward for winning, wouldn't you? And then people would be like, he's stolen my Pokemon cards. So they were like, you should shut it down. Enough.
I don't think I ever played a game of Pokemon, but I remember having the cards,
Mm.
and I just wanted to collect them
Yeah.
as much as I can. And everybody always wanted a shiny Charizard.
Ah.
Everyone wanted it. I never had
A
it.
friend of mine at school had a shiny Charizard. I was fuming.
Because then when Yu-Gi-Oh came out, I was like,
No.
poor man's Pokemon.
No, Digimon was a poor man's Pokemon.
Digimon was. I remember when McDonald's brought out Digimon toys, and I was like, ooh.
Digimon's, no. But we're talking about Pokemon, so
We
it's
are.
okay. Are you a fan of the games? Have you played the games?
I have played the games, the old games on Game Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is the TV show. Well, this is the movie. The TV
Is
show.
it though? I mean, I was saying it all the way through this. It just feels like a long episode.
I think
of the show. It doesn't feel like a movie.
I think it is basically just a long episode. Well, this comes like towards the end of the Indigo League.
Yeah.
So you could slot this in, and then you can go back to where you were.
Back to where you was, yeah.
Yeah, but the whole point of the game is, if you don't know, is to catch them all. Pokemon is short for Pocket Monsters.
Yeah.
I filled everyone in on that.
Yeah, that's pretty to the point.
Because I don't know anyone who isn't familiar with Pokemon in any way, shape or form.
Yeah, I mean, when it hit in the 90s, it hit really hard.
But it hit people, it hit us.
Yeah.
But I don't ever remember my parents going, oh, I can name you 3 Pokemon.
No,
Like,
I think they know. I think they would be able to recognise it.
I don't think so.
Like, for example, I know my parents probably could.
Mm-hmm. I think Pikachu, maybe.
I think maybe the core ones, you know, like Pikachu, Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle.
Yeah.
Maybe not the names, but I think they'd recognise they were Pokemon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but that's quite easy.
Like, Pikachu was everywhere.
But the whole point of the game was to catch them all. Gotta catch them all.
Yes, indeed.
One of them was very difficult to catch, however.
Okay.
And this was number 150, Pokemon Mewtwo.
Mewtwo.
Because you'd have to throw a Master Ball at him.
Okay.
Do you not remember this?
Do you know what? I don't have as much memory of it as I would like.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't play the game as much as I should have done. Because me and my sister tended to take turns because we had to share it.
Oh, no.
We had to share a Game Boy, yeah.
Oh, my, I'm so sorry.
I know, but we're on car journeys and stuff. We're just like dancing competitions. There's a thing about my life.
Uh-huh.
I would often sit in the middle, and me and my sister would play together.
Okay.
Like, watch each other. So like, I am familiar with it.
That is bonkers.
It is, but we knew how to share, James.
Well, it's not even that. It's just that, I had a Game Boy. I had my own Game Boy.
Oh, that rich.
I remember going. They weren't cheap because I remember going to get it, And I was like, oh, it's like this much and this much for the game. And so you have to get Pokemon. You've got to get Pokemon. I think the only game I ever had for the Game Boy was Pokemon Blue.
Yeah, was it blue or red?
Well, it was blue or red.
Yeah.
But red sold out.
Yeah.
But that's why I had to go for blue.
I have red.
And then when they introduced yellow as well, I went for yellow. Yellow's pretty good. Pokemon is a big deal, right?
Yeah, I would definitely say so.
It's up there for like, with like your Marios and your things like this. How do you feel that this film, the first film, which is weird that they've called it the first one.
The first movie, yeah.
Yeah, because like, we're going to do more, but this is the first one. Can you imagine if the Fast and Furious franchise went,
this is the first movie.
this is the first of many. It's like, oh!
Did we get any other Pokemon movies?
Oh, there's loads.
This is the only one I've seen.
I think this one got a cinematic release, and then it sort of went to DVD.
I'm not surprised. Did this do well at the cinemas?
Oh yeah, it crushed it. Are you kidding?
I don't remember there being a lot of people in my screening even then.
Well, I don't either, but I'm pretty sure I watched this on a ferry.
Because me and my sister made my poor mum go and see this. Because she'd had to watch this with us, and it was because of this that she didn't come to the cinema to watch Harry Potter with me for the first time. Okay. She was like, you're taking your dad to see that shit.
Well, its budget was apparently 30 million, and on its opening weekend, it made 31 million.
Oh, fuck.
On its opening weekend. So, like, that's done. Its gross altogether was 163 million.
Jesus.
So, yeah, this is quite successful.
Just a little bit.
People went mad for it, though.
Yeah. I remember being so excited for it as well.
Yeah, because it was Mewtwo versus Mew, and these were really big these were big deals.
Like the marketing campaigns were quite big for this, if I remember.
I don't remember any of the marketing campaigns.
I do. I remember there being books and all sorts. It was everywhere in all the local supermarkets and stuff. It was very aimed at us at the time. I was so excited.
We were idiots, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah, I remember having the poster though.
Okay, of who?
No, like the
movie
poster. Because I remember it being Mewtwo on one side, on the left.
Oh, I remember.
And then Mew on the right, and then just randomly, just Pikachu in the middle.
Yeah.
Just like, Pika, you know.
Pika, here I is. Yeah. I remember that old poster.
Watching this again today, I thought, maybe it can't be as cool as I remember. But as soon as you press play, I was like,
it's cool.
I'm back there. I'm back there emotionally. Because there's bits in this where I'm like, yeah, that's cool, you know?
Yeah. The opening bit with Mew in the lab.
Mewtwo in the lab, thank you very much.
Sorry. Mewtwo in the lab is really fun. Because there's a particular shot where he's just surrounded by all the fire. This little like blue ball thing.
What?
And I said to you, I went, oh, that's so fucking cool. And you went, it's all cool.
It's all cool. So, by your description, Mewtwo's got blue balls.
He has blue balls, guys. He has blue balls.
He just needs to get some.
He just needs some.
Mewtwo is a complicated Pokemon because he's got a bit of a tragic backstory. Am I right in saying this?
You are in saying this, but I thought he was about to say something completely different.
He's dummy thick.
He's thick.
He a sexy boy.
Why do they draw him sexy? Mewtwo is a sexy Pokemon.
He's created from. It's basically the Jurassic Park of the Pokemon world.
Yes.
Because he is taken from a fossil of Mew that they found, and they just cloned him. They've just done that.
Yeah.
And they said they were paid to create the world's strongest Pokemon.
Super soldier.
And they say, basically, yeah, he's the Captain America. But then he turns evil, so like, not that. What's the opposite of Captain America?
Winter Soldier.
No. Maybe. It goes terribly, and Mewtwo blows up the lab. He's psychic. He can levitate. He can use force. He's mind control. All this stuff.
He's having like a human crisis, isn't he? He's having a midlife crisis already. Like, who am I?
Yeah, and he's just been born.
Yeah. What is my purpose?
It's kind of weird that like the first thing he asks, if I banged my head and I forgot everything, my first question wouldn't be, who am I? What am I here for? What is my purpose? Why is Mewtwo going off like this?
He's just off on one, isn't he? Like, they created me, but for what purpose?
I need a purpose. Why? Like, just calm down.
Just calm down, sir.
It'll be explained to you.
So get your bearings. He's off on one straight away. He's got anger.
He's angry boy.
Mm-hmm.
But he blows up the first lab, And then Giovanni, yeah, I know his name, from Team Rocket, the leader of Team Rocket, says, "Oh, we can harness your power. We can make you the strongest Pokemon." Chuck him in a shell suit, a suit made of shells, not like a tracksuit.
Not like the 80s tracksuit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
naughty. But again, like he does a few battles and stuff. Mewtwo's just like, "What is my purpose? What am I doing?"
And then he just
he blows that. He blows that.
Yeah,
up.
he's gonna fuck them up as well.
But then we go into the main story with Ash and Pikachu and stuff.
Which is a story that we all know from the TV show, because it kind of just could follow into any of the episodes that we're watching in Indigo League, where they're literally just going from gym to gym.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And then obviously they get a couple of filler episodes. It feels like they could slot into any of those episodes.
No, I wouldn't say any of them. I think it's got to be after a certain point, because it's certainly got to be after all the Charizard ones.
Yeah, because I've got Charizard.
Once he's got all those Pokemon, and he is where he is, then you could slip it in. Slip it in. But I don't think this caters to anyone outside of the Pokemon world.
No, it doesn't.
So that we know it, because we know
the show.
We know the show, we know the games. Fine. And I have a good time with this film.
Yeah.
Straight up. But I know there's a lot of people that don't like this.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it's going to be some of the parents, partners, etc. who've been made to watch it. Who've got no love for the show or don't know it. So it isn't something you could just jump into and know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah. And to those people, I'm sorry. But this is a banger.
This was created for its target audience, and for that it delivers.
I look back on this with pure nostalgia, but then like watching it again, I'm just like, I can't see a fault.
Oh,
not really.
Well, I've only seen this once, and it was at the cinema. So I think even like Child Jade knew that it wasn't as great as like the TV show for me.
I think that says a lot about me and you then, because I still think this is pretty good.
No, and I'll tell you why a bit later.
Well, no, let's get to it.
Okay.
Let's get into the nitty gritty. Why don't you think this is as good as it?
I remember finding this boring at the cinema,
and
I think some of the Team Rocket-y stuff was boring.
Okay.
To be honest, they weren't even needed in the story. I don't know what they added to anything.
They were the villains of the day.
They were the villains of the day, but they add nothing to this particular.
Prepare for trouble.
They don't even do the full thing.
Not in this, no. But they keep getting. One of the running jokes was that they kept getting interrupted, and even Ash and Misty and Brock were like, we're done with this."
Other than them pretending to be Vikings to get them to the Spooky Island, I don't see what their purpose was in any of it.
Yeah, they didn't do much in this.
No, they weren't needed. They were purely in there because they can go, "Oh, it's Team Rocket."
But I felt like it was like having the Simpsons movie. Like, the main villain wasn't Mr. Burns, but you've still got to put Mr. Burns in there. Cause it's
Simpsons movie's different, though, because I feel like different Simpsons episodes, different characters can be bad.
Yeah, I know what you
How
mean.
many times have we seen Mo do it? Or Barney do it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That'd be the antagonist of the episode.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But, like, what... Yeah, so what else don't you like about it?
I thought some of it was cheesy.
What?
When they're all fighting and that really, really cheesy song comes on.
Okay. Basically, Mewtwo is cloning Pokemon to do what? To wipe out...
To wipe out all real Pokemon and humans. Because he wants all Pokemon to die, basically, doesn't he? Because humans are bad.
Humans bad.
And because Pokemon have become slaves to humans...
In his eyes.
Yeah. He wants them gone as well.
Okay.
So he's created these
super clones.
They're going to wipe out everything. Well, the storm that he's created, for some reason, Mewtwo's created this massive storm. Is going to kill out humanity.
Yeah.
And then his super clones are going to kill the Pokemons. Then it's just going to be him and his little utopia.
Yeah.
With his little clone friends. Is that the?
I'd say that's the gist of it. To be fair, yeah. That's most of the film, to be fair.
Yeah.
But he invites certain Pokemon trainers, the greatest Pokemon trainers, the very best that no one ever was, to his catch them if you can. If that's their real test, but to train them as their cause, okay.
He was searching for across the land.
He's travelled across the land, searching far and wide. Teach Pokemon to understand the power that's inside.
You gotta catch him.
Okay, that's enough. But he's inviting these people to his little spooky island to just basically show off.
Well, I thought it was inviting them over because they were whoever could make it to this spooky island were going to be the greatest Pokemon masters.
That no one ever was.
Exactly. So all their Pokemon are going to be literally like top level in how they're trained, etc. So that's why he's cloning them.
Yeah. That's fair enough. Yeah.
Did you not get that?
Well, there's another thing I didn't get. All the way, I've watched this quite a few times when I was a kid. Evidently. But there's a bit of dialogue where I'm just like, I check out. I check out every time. It's when they're at the port and the woman's just like, oh, you cannot go out there, it's raining out there.
There's a storm out there.
There's a storm out there. And then she goes on a monologue about this is the storm of the century or something like this. Like, song, shut up. But she goes, oh, this is a legend from when the tears of Pokemon would restore people back to life.
Yeah, a flood that killed. What did she say? It was the flood that killed the majority of Pokemon, and the one Pokemon that were left cried so hard about it that it brought back all the ones that had died. Yeah.
Now that is key, and I didn't notice that until today.
Oh dear.
But okay, first of all, I want to say that this might. I can't be sure of this, but in my memory and in my mind's eye, this is the first film I ever cried at.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like the first. Mind you, when I'm thinking of other Disney films like Lion King and Beauty and the Beast and stuff, I think they had scenes in there that were.
I never cried at Lion King.
Or like Bambi, Fox and the Hound.
But I don't care. Animals, I don't care for. Pokemon are different. Because they're not animals. They're monsters.
They're not animals. They're monsters.
Pocket monsters. Okay.
But I suppose because again we've watched the TV show for so long.
Yeah.
You've seen that relationship between Ash and Pikachu develop.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not just like a quick 40 minutes
into
a film and then something bad happens to a character. We've been watching this for fucking weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks.
At 9:25 every Saturday. Yeah, absolutely. So
for months, and then we've got used to this relationship. So I think that's probably why it hits as hard as it does.
So genuinely, I thought they'd killed him off.
Didn't they do it again? Wasn't this part of the marketing that everyone was like, Ash dies?
No, sure. I don't ever remember.
I knew he died before I went in.
I never heard anyone spoil it.
Oh, because I'm pretty sure I did, but I could be making it up.
This is a long time ago. When was this? 97?
Yeah, God, how old were we?
I think I was 7.
I'm in 6 then.
Yeah. A good time to be alive. But the thing is, the message of this film is quite mixed. Mm-hmm. What I mean by that is that everyone's like, oh, these Pokemon, they're fighting each other. This is very bad. These clones. We've got to stop fighting. Stop fighting, guys.
It's not right when Pokemon fight each other because the clones and the actual Pokemon are pitted against each other.
Yeah, but the whole point of Pokemon was to have Pokemon battles and to fight and collect Pokemon. Like that.
Yeah, that was the whole idea.
So for them all to go, oh, okay, stop doing that. It's like, what?
You're gonna hurt them.
Yeah, I think because Mewtwo's taken it a bit too far, that he's being a bit like, oh, like to the death sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like they're destroying each other, aren't they?
Obviously, there's probably some sort of anti-war stuff.
Oh yeah,
mixed in.
You can see it, can't you? There's a propaganda element to it.
You can see it. It's fucking blatant. They shove it down your throat.
Yeah.
There's a song about. It's called Brother, My Brother.
My Brother, yeah.
I forget who sings it.
I don't want to ever hear
Brother, my brother.
Oh, it's so tacky. Because we've had all the build-up music and everything.
What are we fighting for?
And then Mew comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
To start, and then obviously he starts fighting off with Mewtwo. And then we get this really tacky fucking 90s slow jam. It's not good.
We can try to work together, my brother.
It's what you'd literally find on like an erection selection CD that come out on Valentine's Day.
I would completely play the soundtrack for this film on the erection selection.
Oh dear.
There are bangers on this. Obviously, we've missed the fact that when I had this on video, it had a little short film, which was Pikachu's Vacation.
Yes!
Which, again, had bangers on it.
Mm-hmm.
Vacations where I wanna be. This soundtrack is gold.
But we was just discussing the soundtrack just seems to show, especially because a lot of the soundtrack appears at the end.
It's very 90s.
And it's literally like 30-second clips over the title.
Yeah, there's one
over the end credits.
There's one by Emma Bunton. Sorry, Baby Spice.
Baby Spice, yeah.
Then there's another one by Britney Spears. There's one by
Vitamin C.
Vitamin C, something like that. Yeah. And there's one called "If Only Tears Could Bring You Back," which is exactly what happens in the movie.
Oh, it does. It's very literal.
But yeah, like you say, it gets 30 seconds each, and then it's just to have.
It's just to say they've got it on a soundtrack, isn't it?
And then people like me would buy the soundtrack.
Yeah,
have
and
a good old time.
People like you would then add it to their Spotify playlist.
I haven't done that yet, but I will.
But you're about to, aren't you?
Yes. There's some good stuff on there.
Yes.
Yes. Some of the Pokemon don't pull the weight in this.
No.
Why would you go to a big Pokemon battle with the greatest trainer that no one ever was?
You can't say that now, can you?
And then, but why would you take your fucking Psyduck?
Well, Misty's pathetic in general, isn't she? Pokemon-wise. None of them do anything, and you don't see anything come out.
I don't think that's fair, because her Staryu gets them there to the island.
Yeah, but then you never see it again.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But you see Psyduck.
You do see Psy. Is famous for getting a headache all the time.
And then when they're fighting each other,
it's the funniest thing. It's really quite
very dramatic to the song, isn't it? When they're all fighting.
What are we fighting for? We've got to end this war.
You've got Gyarados biting the shit out of each other. Blastoise.
Gyarados is going mad for it, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you get
you get these two Psyducks side by side, and one of them just slaps the other one.
Bitch slaps him
with a proper cartoony sound effect,
and it goes sigh. And then the other one does it back and goes duck.
Yeah. It's a good film.
Oh.
I don't understand why you don't like about this.
I like elements of it, and again, I've got the nostalgia glasses on, but again, I don't remember watching this again after I saw it in the cinema.
I think it's quite exciting in terms of like an animation. This is my only experience with anime. When I was a kid, I didn't have Dragon Ball Z. I didn't have Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon. I like Sailor Moon.
Well, I've never seen it because I had channels 1, 2, 3, and 4. That was it. So SMTV, Pokemon in the morning. That is all I had. So I think the animation in it was very good, and I think it holds up still.
Yeah, I mean, I was lucky in the fact that obviously I did all the kind of Pokemon stuff, and then my parents eventually got Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
So I watched a lot of stuff on Cartoon Network, and then I was introduced to Beyblade.
Beyblades.
I absolutely love Beyblade, and that overtook Pokemon for me.
It's Beyblades. It's more than one.
Shut the fuck up. So, because everyone was playing it in my school. So
Pokemon cards weren't banned, but you had Beyblades.
We had Beyblades, and then people were then. Because there was a joke at school. Okay. People would go, "Oh, can I put my Ripcorn in your launcher?" It's like, guys, you're all 8 saying this to each other.
It's kind of weird.
It is really weird. I remember people would bring their Beyblades to school. They'd let it rip, and then they'd end up in like the storm drains. So they all got banned.
What kind of school was this?
On our playground, we had like drains.
Fucking storm drains.
We had like drains, and they'd end up going down the cracks, and then people were losing these really expensive Beyblades.
How expensive were they? I don't know.
I don't know, but I think like some of them could cost up to maybe 20 quid. Because you could get like bits that you built onto them.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We're not talking about Beyblades.
I know, but sorry, it took me there, that did. I was on a Beyblade rant, but that's what overtook Pokemon eventually for me. That's the thing, you probably got stuck in like the loop of keep watching the movie. Whereas
absolutely,
I did.
Yeah. But even now, like some of the animations, some of the voice acting is very good. One bit in particular I really like, and it's stupid. I know it's stupid. But the bit where Ash has turned to stone, and it's all sad, and Pika's like, Pika, and then...
Say a bit again.
Pika, right? Pikachu runs up to him, and he's like, Pikachu's like electric shocks him, because that's what he used to do in the show.
Yeah.
Right? Also, it works for like bringing people back to life.
It does,
electricity.
Yeah.
Don't know if anyone... Do you know that?
Oh my god.
Did you know that?
Of course I
do. Okay, yeah, cool.
Oh, shut up.
Like, this voice actress, she's wonderful, whoever this person is who does Pikachu. But she's just like, Pikachu! And then just every time, she says it like 4 or 5 times before she starts crying. Sadder and sadder. She keeps trying to bring him back to life. Oh my god. That's the saddest thing. It breaks my heart.
Well, you were sat snivelling next to me, looking at me like I hadn't got a heart.
It's just sad, and... it cuts to all these Pokemon that are crying.
But then it takes you out, doesn't it?
Well, it took me out this time because it cuts to Blastoise, and he's just like, oh, right? I'm so sad. I'm gonna throw up. That kind of thing.
What was your favourite Pokemon?
Arcanine.
Really?
Straight up. And it was painful seeing him lose to Mewtwo at the start of this.
Oh.
And it was Gary's Arcanine as well, which is kind of a big deal, because Gary was a douche. Do you remember Gary?
I do remember Gary. We all remember Gary.
Yeah, what else? I hate him. Actively still.
But what is your favourite Pokemon in general?
Arcanine.
Arcanine, but you, if you was to envisage yourself as a Pokemon
Okay.
that most represents you, because it's not that one, which one would it be? You're looking up into the
I'm not gonna edit this silence out. No, because I don't get headaches that much. Probably Ditto.
Really?
Because I'm just a blob.
You're not just a blob.
I don't know. What would you say would be my Pokemon?
What would be your Pokemon? Right, I need to look at these. I know what would be my Pokemon.
We're not going through all the Pokemon. We haven't got time for this.
I know, but I can look at them.
Okay.
So, what one do you think I would be? And I'll see if I agree.
You would be the fucking Butterfree.
What?
You would be Butterfree for days.
Why am I Butterfree?
Because you're just like, oh, butter. I forgot what noise she made.
Nothing like that.
Oh, butter.
Right, I've got them all up on my phone.
Well, let's have a look then.
You can't see that.
Oh, I know who you would be. Grimer.
Oh, fuck. You. Diglett.
Diglett? Why Diglett? Oh, no. That's not fair.
Okay. Weedle.
I'll take that. Weedle's badass.
Is he though?
Yeah. All this is getting cut. We haven't got time for this.
I'm sorry, but it's funny.
Do you think this could have been longer?
Yes.
Would you have wanted it to be longer?
No.
Right. Okay. Elaborate.
To me, this is it's just a long episode for me. It's not really a movie.
How long is it?
I don't know.
Like an hour and 15? Not even that, probably.
Yeah, to me, it doesn't feel like a movie. There's nothing really that. Doesn't feel that cinematic to me.
I disagree.
You can disagree all you fucking
I
want.
disagree completely.
But I don't know.
There's a wonderful mix of CGI in here as well. For like the doors and the scenery.
Yeah.
I think it works quite well.
I think it's very of its time, but for me it doesn't feel like a...
I think it's still gold.
Oh, I'm glad you do.
There's one other thing I was going to bring up. The remake. They remade this.
What?
Do you not know about it? On Netflix, they remade this. It's called Pokemon the First Movie, Mewtwo vs. Mew Evolved.
Okay.
Basically, it's exactly the same, shot for shot, but they've redone it in CGI.
Okay, no, I haven't seen it.
How have you not seen that?
Probably because I wanted to keep this one at the back of my head. Because I didn't want it ruining.
Well, here's the thing. I got like 5 minutes in, I thought, this does not work.
That might be why then, so I thought, well, no, I've kept away from it.
Have you seen, like, Detective Pikachu?
I liked Detective Pikachu.
Would you want to see more of that? Like these live-action Pokemon?
It depends how they do it.
The same as Detective Pikachu. Now they know it works and they've got this template, would you want to see them introduce Ash and stuff instead of have Ryan Reynolds and his talking Pikachu?
I don't know. I feel like the problem is with like the Pokemon, like with Detective Pikachu, we needed that character that could talk. Obviously, Pokemon don't talk other than Team Rocket got Meow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they kind of had to do that with Detective Pikachu. I don't know if I'd want to see Ash and Misty and Brock.
Oh, I would. I actually did a casting if they did a live action one.
Okay, who would you cast?
This was a long time ago. This was when I started the page. I think I put Gaten Matarazzo as Ash.
Mm-hmm.
As Misty, I got Ancori Rice.
Okay.
From The Nice Guys.
Mm-hmm.
I got someone Ryan Potter, who was Beast Boy in Teen Titans, as Brock.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had Alison Brie, I think, and Dan Levy.
Yeah.
As Team Rocket. Dan Levy was a genius choice. I had Steve Carell as Professor Oak, and I think I had John Mulaney as Meowth.
Okay.
And Will Poulter. I had Will Poulter as Gary.
Aww. I love Mr. Will Poulter.
Right? But that's...
He's one of my favourites.
But that's a good cast.
It's a good cast. I've not thought about what I would cast in it. But to be honest, I don't want to see it.
Do you know?
I'm happy with what I got.
Do you know the fact that we'd never get a Professor Oak in live action?
Why?
This is genuinely true. When they were talks back in the 90s of doing Pokemon films, they wanted Robin Williams as Professor Oak. And they said, oh, we literally don't want anyone else other than him. Obviously, Robin Williams has passed away. And so Pokemon have gone, no, that's it then. Like, he's done. We're not casting anyone as Professor Oak.
With the kind of rise of CGI that we're seeing now, and in movies, do you think that they would use him?
Maybe, but I don't think anyone would allow it. Not Robin.
I would hope not. That would be disgraceful.
Not Robin, no way.
I mean, obviously we saw it with like Fast and Furious with Paul Walker, and we've seen all the CGI stuff they've just done in Indiana Jones.
Yeah, but not for an entire movie.
Not for an entire movie, but would we need Professor Oak in it a lot?
Well, yeah, because he's Professor Oak. It gives them the Pokédex.
But he's not in it a great deal, is he?
No, I guess you're right. The Japanese version has a completely different story.
What?
In this film.
Okay.
Completely different.
Have you seen it?
No. But I don't know where to get it. Straight up.
Okay. Japan.
Probably Japan. That might be a good shout. Let me just pop over there for a second.
Just pop over to Japan. Excuse me, sir. Do you have the Pokemon first movie?
Well, the American edit of this film contains CGI.
Okay.
Whereas the Japanese one doesn't.
Okay.
That's like the clouds and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They do the Who's That Pokemon game.
I love the Who's That Pokemon game.
What, they get one of them wrong. Yeah, they get one of them wrong, so I'm fuming about that. Other than that, that's about it.
Okay. No, I used to do the rap every morning.
The Poké rap.
Gotta catch them all, gotta catch them all.
There's only one like chorus I vaguely remember of that.
I need to go through all of them.
Charmeleon. But I do like a chorus each episode, and then at the end of the week it would go full rap on it. What a time to be alive.
Oh, what a time. But it does show the raps on Netflix. I believe Indigo League might still be on there. Because I watched it not long ago, and I was singing along as if I was 6. Just going for it.
Is this better than Space Jam?
It's same for me. Sorry.
Complete same level?
Yeah.
Okay. You've rested on that quite a bit.
I have, yeah.
Unacceptable.
Obviously, last podcast I thought James and the Giant Peach was better. I think this one is the same for me.
Okay, that's interesting.
I think the TV show, no. TV show is better than Space Jam.
Okay, well let me put
the movie, no.
Let me put this a different way. Is this better than the TV show?
What, the movie?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, interesting.
However, I do have a lot of love for Mewtwo.
Sexy Mewtwo.
Sexy Mewtwo. He was so... I thought he was so fucking cool.
I think he still is.
He is so cool. I always thought he was shit. I always thought that it was shit that he seemed to lose against Mew. But actually, rewatching it again now, there isn't a winner, is there really? Everyone wins in the end.
No one wins in the end.
That's the thing. There's no loser, really.
No one wins in the end.
I think there's no like bad guy or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Everyone goes off into the sunset. They all go off together.
Well, that's the thing. At the end of it, the whole message, the point of the message of the film, was to go, oh, fighting's bad. Let's not fight. But then Mewtwo erases everyone's memory. Yeah. So the lesson they've literally just learned, they forget it. And they're just back to normal. And they travel back in time to where the film basically starts.
It's kind of it's all just a dream, kind of.
Yeah. And that's where it's sort of like, this is a bit of shit. And also, you've not learnt your lesson. Yeah.
Goes back on everything. But I suppose Mewtwo doesn't want people knowing that he exists. Really.
Yeah. But he does, because you can catch him in a cave in the games.
Well, there you go.
I'm just letting you know.
You know. Mm-hmm. But even the people at the lab, Mew doesn't really... I doubt there's loads of people that know that Mew is still about. Because obviously he's just been cloned.
Yeah. Well, everyone's seen him now. Well, that's the thing.
I think they're all going to forget him too.
Ash, like, at the start of the TV show, he sees... Oho?
What did you just call me?
Oho!
Oho!
No, the big flying bird. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about.
And he's just like, oh, okay, that's a legendary Pokemon. And then at the end of this, he's like, oh, I've just seen another one.
Oh, that's just how
it's nice, isn't it? Nice to be Ash.
How about you? How do you find this against the TV show?
As good as.
And how about against Space Jam?
better than.
TV show and the film are better than Space Jam?
Yes. It's a no-brainer, isn't it? It's Pokemon. It's cool. In my heart, I know it's not for everyone and it's not perfect, but I genuinely can't grasp anyone that doesn't like it. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
I can never, like for you, for instance, you're like, it's not as good as the show, and
I can appreciate it though. That's the thing. I can appreciate why people love the movie as much as they do.
At least you can do that though. Whereas some people would be like, I'm completely closed off to this.
Yeah, like there's elements of it that I still really enjoy,
Mm.
but for me, the shows have got like a deep place.
That's fair enough. You gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Cool.
It's gonna be living rent free in my head now for the next few days.
I know it's my nest. What? Not even that "Brother My Brother" song.
No,
Which,
I hope
if
to
it
never
is-
hear that again. And I know for a fact you're about to download that. And you'll add that to your fucking Spotify playlist, and that's going to be on in the car tomorrow. So I already hate you.
Maybe.
Oh no.
Well, who knows? Thank you for talking Pokemon with me.
You're very welcome.
It's fucking nerdy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's nerdy.
Very much so.
No, I like Pokemon.
We love Pokemon.
But thanks for listening. I think this is the Patreon exclusive.
We don't know. The results of the poll will tell us.
Well, it's winning so far.
Ah, okay.
But I don't know. Let me say something else if it didn't win. Oh, this isn't the Patreon exclusive. There we go. I'm going to leave that in because why not? No, I'm going to take that out. Should I leave it in?
I'll leave it up to you in editing.
Shall I put it to another poll?
Whatever you like.
I've done that a lot today though, haven't I?
You're a poll kind of guy.
I'm a Polish man. I'm not Polish. What am I? Let's put it to a poll.
Who knows? Put it all to a poll.
Ah! So many polls. Okay, yeah, thank you. You're gonna
Cheers.
gonna catch them all.
Alright, Pokémon.
Oh, one quick thing. I really liked the Viking bit where they're on the boat and
Oh yeah.
Jessie she's like stroke. Oh, I think I'm gonna have one.
Yeah.
That's a funny joke.
That's because you're in it again. We've watched 2 films today that have got you in it.
There's 2 characters called James.
2 characters called James.
Oh my God.
That's why you picked them.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you did. You knew you were in James and the Giant Peach.
Yeah, that one I knew. That was.
How can you not know about Pokemon?
Oh, well, he's not in it that much, is he?
Why is Team Rocket like the baddie?
Oh, I'm Team Rocket. That's what he sounds like.
Yeah, that you shoot because you shoot.
My name is James. That's the other guy.
I'm like, okay.
So James Double Bill.
Bye, James.
Okay, bye, James.